If you have a very hard time understanding how anyone could be attracted to men, you might be a transbian.
I can't. If I see a vagina, which I don't very often, I find it very hard to understand how someone would want to put their face in that.
As I myself am a trans lesbian, it is possible to love outside the dimensions of patriarchy.
This is patriarchy 2.0, you know.
And he proceeded to be completely transphobic to me and said, "Ma'am, sir, whatever you are, get the f*** out."
Okay, next up, we are going to woke TikTok's reaction. However, this first video is just a video that was posted to Twitter, and it, to me, just screams LGBT propaganda.
If you'll jump at any opportunity to cross-dress as a joke, you might be a transbian. If you make friends with girls, and especially queer girls, really easily, but feel kind of uncomfortable talking to men, you might be a transbian.
This person isn't even trying to hide. This is the kind of stuff you see on Reddit of someone saying, actually, today I felt a little bit feminine. Oh, trans. If you think you might be trans, you're trans. But this is even worse because it's discussing experiences of which anyone can have, like finding it easy to be friends with other lesbians or other queer, whatever that means. Girls, which probably just means you have a certain political bias and that you're woke, but you might be a transbian. So if you're a man and you find it difficult to make friends with men, you're probably a trans lesbian. So you might as well transition. And then the cross-dressing thing as a joke, I think to me that reads more as a fetish thing.
If you've ever wished that you experienced really violent gender dysphoria, just so you could know for sure that you actually had gender dysphoria, that is a form of gender dysphoria, and you might be a transbian.
I can't. Try and say this to someone else. You know, if you ever wished you had bipolar disorder, but you don't, then that is a form of bipolar disorder, and you have bipolar disorder.
If your favorite anime is Madoka Magica, you might be a transbian. If you have a very hard time understanding how anyone could be attracted to men, including yourself, you might be a transbian.
If you could not understand why anyone would be attracted to men, you might be a transbian. Yeah, straight men might be those people. They're definitely not attracted to men. They probably find it quite difficult to understand how you could be attracted to it. I'm gay. I find it, if I see a vagina, which I don't very often, I find it very hard to understand how someone would want to put their face in that. But the heart wants what it wants. And guys do. They do want that.
If you've ever seen a picture of a hot girl and your first thought was, holy shit, I'm gay. Wait, no, I'm not. Your first thought may have been correct, because you might be a transbian.
So this person says, if you can't understand of why anyone would like men, you're a transbian. But then also, if you think I might be gay, but I only like women, you're a transbian. Doesn't make sense.
If you hate seeing men in your porn, you might be a transbian. If you've always been really interested in LGBT issues, and particularly in trans women, but like, you never really could put a finger on why, you just like being a really good ally, I have a possible reason why, which is you might be a transbian. If you've ever thought something along the lines of, I know I'm not gay because I love women. In fact, I love women so much, I actually kinda hate men. You might be a transbian.
Straight men can be misandrous, you know? Absolutely. And also, it's just basically saying that if you hate men, then it's analogous to being a lesbian, which is quite offensive.
If you've questioned your gender identity before, but your main concern was, what if I don't look hot as a girl? You might be a transbian. If you always play the girl in every video game that gives you the option, you might be a transbian.
That is a common story we hear of autogynephilic males. If you are familiar with Charlie Is So Cool Like, who was huge in like the 2010s when he was identifying as a male, British, not at all feminine, quite nerdy, fits the profile. And then in one of her videos, coming out as trans, discussing how did I know I was trans. She talks about playing Animal Crossing and just always wanting to pick a female character. So I feel like it's them living that female identity in the game.
If you're not 100% sure that you want to be a girl, but you jump at the opportunity to be a cat girl, you might be a transbian.
I don't even know what a cat girl is, but just like the video, the words on screen are made by the Twitter account, not this person. All right, that was the full thing. And this shows us a good example. You can compare this to someone saying, what is a woman? Well, a woman could be someone who likes dolls, someone who likes to go into careers such as nursing. We see people now describing the thing as things that correlate with the thing, right? Instead of saying women are adult human females, typically have XX chromosomes, their bodies are organized around a developmental pathway to produce eggs. Women, on average, like careers such as teaching, nursing. Women, on average, are more empathetic. Women, on average are at less extremes of the genius to stupid spectrum. But instead, people will take those averages and things that correlate with the experience of being a woman and use them to describe being a woman, right? So example is musicals. Musicals are plays in theaters accompanied with songs, right? Don't know if that's a great description, but you know what I mean. Musicals typically are comedic. Musicals typically have an act 1 and an act 2. Musicals typically are in theaters. This is now saying if you have an act 1 and an act 2 of a performance, musical. If you have comedy, musical. So that means that a comedian giving a sketch is now a musical. And this person is describing all of these experiences / questionable, are they even experiences, and saying you're a transbian. Well, I related to some of those experiences. I guess I'm a transbian. And this is the kind of indoctrination. Here we see it in plain sight, but this is the kind of indoctrination you see on Reddit. You see someone post this experience, which is clearly autogynephilic fetishism. And then all the comments are like, you may be trans. It sounds to me like you are trans. And it's so harmful. You can laugh at it, but this is potentially someone's going to watch this video and then, months, years down the line, they'll be on estrogen and having a vaginoplasty and having health complications. It's really, really concerning. Right. So next one is actually from a fellow transbian. And in case you didn't notice earlier, I identified that I'm a transbian. So I hope this experience speaks for me.
Hi, my name is Luce. I'm a trans and polyamorous therapist in Texas, and this is my therapy theme of the week. This week's theme honors Lesbian Visibility Week. As I myself am a trans lesbian, this is what I want to say about lesbians. One of the reasons why I love being a lesbian and I love lesbians is because we get to show the world that it is possible to love outside the dimensions of patriarchy. We, with sapphic love, create an entirely different dimension, an entirely different way of loving people and living, and it's so fucking beautiful. It's as important as the sunshine. The world is a better place with sapphic love in it.
What did I just watch? Okay, sapphic love. I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to Google it. Sapphic love. In contemporary usage, sapphic refers to femmes attracted to other femmes, whether they identify as lesbian, bisexual, queer, trans, masc, or any diverse identity falling within the spectrum of same-sex attractions. So this definition in itself is hypocritical because it says femmes attracted to other femmes or anything else falling within the spectrum of same-sex attractions. Bitch, same-sex attraction is not a spectrum. It is just male plus male or female plus female. That's not a spectrum. If you want to say sapphic people, which is, it sounds like a disgusting word. Maybe you could find a different word that is nicer to say. But sapphic people are femmes attracted to other femmes? Now, if you're femme, this could mean you're a man who dresses feminine. This could mean you're a woman who dresses feminine. That's totally cool. You know, if that is your thing, I would argue that could be relatively rare to be that thing, because most of us want a certain type of sex. That's fine. For those listening, this guy is on camera, full beard, redhead wig on, saying he's a polyamorous trans lesbian. Why are they always polyamorous? You know, I would only assume that the dating pool for this individual is pretty small, being a lesbian with a beard, thinking you can gaslight lesbians to be with you. So to be polyamorous as well is hoping for a lot, because you're going to assume that I'm not going to have just one lesbian girlfriend, but 2 or 3. And, you know, if you just want to get with the other transbians, like the one we saw in that other video, off to you, you know, good for you. But you can't colonize lesbian. No, we're saying no. And any lesbian saying yes, you need to go check yourself and have some self-respect. You need to educate yourself, lesbians who agree with this. And my final point is that he says that they can love outside of the patriarchy, which is just a misandrous thing to say. There's nothing to condone specifically towards saying, oh, well, I'm superior because I don't love men. You know, it just is what it is. It's not superior. It's not less superior. It just is what it is. You're here with a beard. And another side note, AGPs, chokers. You see it all the time. That same person I mentioned, Charlie is so cool, like, it could be this person without the beard. Charlie, she wears a choker, redhead, and it is somehow some sort of sign of the fetish. Who knows? God knows why so many of them are into the chokers. But you're saying we love outside the patriarchy and it's such an incredible experience. But newsflash, you are the patriarchy, because you are a man trying to usurp the term lesbian and rewrite what it means to be same-sex attracted. So this is patriarchy 2.0, you know. Has that occurred to you, Miss Transbian? I wish you the best, honestly. I wish you good luck in your endeavors of therapy. Whoever is your patient, I feel very sorry for. Especially in Texas. Like, are you even going to have any clients?
Guys, little backstory. I was at a Dollar General, which is already under fire for a lot of problems. I, of course, hate that place. But I didn't have a choice, so I went there. And what happened was surprising. So I had a clerk who was using the register, and she couldn't...
It's a shame it's surprising, right, what you're going to see, because these people are set up to live in this little bubble where they get to be the puppet master, and everyone around them has to use the words that they like and not use the words that they don't like, and be so sensitive to their feelings at every moment. And then when it doesn't happen, they are so shocked, you know. That is like plunging in to an ice bath for them.
Get it to work with my card, but I always use my card here at this store, right? Well, for some reason, the store was saying checking account not valid or something weird, right? So obviously it was a Dollar General's problem with the account, with the POS. Okay, so I was patient with her and everything, but then there was a customer behind, and this other guy came up named Quentin, and he didn't help us at all. He was really rude to me and said, "Can you move so I can help the other customer?" And I said, "Sir, you haven't helped me yet. Can we go to another register?" And he proceeded to be completely transphobic to me and said, "Ma'am, sir, whatever you are, get the fuck out." I'm not even joking.
So I can tell this story is oversimplified, first of all, but can you believe he called her ma'am? You know, it's kind of considerate that he's saying ma'am or sir, whatever you are, because at least it's leaving it open to interpretation instead of, you know, calling her a woman.
His name is Quentin, He works at Dollar General, hopefully not for long, in Pflugerville, Texas. Get him the fuck out of that store. I'm gonna post this video. Fuck you, Quentin. You're transphobic as hell. All this.
You don't align to my beliefs, so I'm going to try to get you fired. Lovely. Also a problem with the left. Stop deplatforming people. Just stop. It makes you look pathetic.
This is Quentin at the Dollar General in Pflugerville. What did you say, Quentin? You called me a she, her?
I don't know what.
And you said to get the fuck out because your system's...
I don't know what you said, man. Go on somewhere.
Oh, no, what'd you call me? Please, Quentin. Please feel free to tell me what you called me.
We can play this game all day.
Oh, what game? Where you're being transphobic and offensive because your system's not working, and I asked if we could use another register, and you said,
This
get the fuck out of
here
here?
is giving me a hard time.
Okay, so if he said, get the fuck out of here after she just said, you know, can you please serve me, then obviously that's wrong. I don't see why he would say that unless she had already kicked off about something. There was already a transphobic accusation going on. But this, what's happening right here, I really don't like, because I've never done this before, and I don't think I ever will, hopefully, unless it's extra juicy. But I really don't like this culture where something happens and then out comes the phone recording people. I just think it's not classy. We don't need to put everything online. We don't need to expose everything. You know, it's okay to deal with interactions one-on-one, in person. And I just don't think it's very fair. You know, someone might be having a really bad day, have a bit of an episode. We've all been there. And then if the first thing you do is just take out your phone and start filming them, you know, that's then going to be online forever. And then that's on you. So I think fair enough. If someone's being like downright abusive to someone else, go for it. Those things are helpful, especially for, you know, crime reporting. But this is just cheap, you know. It's not cool.
I'm here at Dollar General.
All right,
doesn't want to leave because their card is declined because
my card did not. It did not say insufficient funds. What did it say, ma'am? Did my card say insufficient funds, or did it say that your system's not working? No, I'm serious, because this isn't cool.
Is it okay if I check out?
She's like,
this is not. It did
leave
not
me
say
out of
insufficient
this.
funds, sir. What did it fucking say? It said no checking account. What does that mean? It did not say insufficient funds. We're going back to your transphobia. What did you say to me, sir? You've given me a hard time here before at this place. What did you say to me? Keep filming, because it's going to be on here.
Get rid of
You
him now,
cussed
it
at me,
says.
so fuck you. You're going to lose your job, sir. Have a good one. I guarantee that.
Oh, she's on revenge. Why can't you just let the racists and the transphobes be out in plain sight, you know? Because that's what we should be doing. We should let idiots speak for themselves. If you genuinely think this person is so discriminatory, then let him be out in plain sight. Let his employer deal with that. And sure, he looks like he has an attitude. He doesn't look like the most professional person, you know? Leave him alone in that sense. You can complain and say this guy was rude, but just throwing the transphobia card, it doesn't work. And I'm glad that it's starting not to work. You know, the other woman in this store was just like, no, I'm not having it. And we need more examples of these, because then more people can stand up to it, right? So I hope that he does not get fired for that reason, but he could definitely improve his attitude overall. Let me know what you thought of those crazy woke TikToks below. What do you think of the TRANSBIANs of 2024? And with that said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.